You are live. Yay! Hi, friends. I am coming to you today from Page, Arizona, not where I normally do our book study, but I'm on vacation. But emotional eating doesn't take a vacation. Ah! And I'm here to go over chapter 4 of Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Emotional Eating. Chapter 4, the title is called First Steps to Freedom. If you have any questions during this live, please type it in the comments and I will share your comments and we'll add to the discussion. But today, chapter 4 was quite the interesting chapter. I have been an emotional eater my entire life, and there was a lot of things that Alan Carr says in this chapter that I found to be true. And I'm still within hope that his techniques really work. And one of the things he said in here is that you really need to read the entire book because it's going to help us to change our brainwashing that food is the all to end all to bring us comfort and reduce stress and all of the things. And he likens the addiction to sugar is very similar to heroin addiction. Oh my goodness. And I'm curious to hear what you think about that as well, if that has hit any of you in thinking about that. He says in this first steps to freedom that there is no magic, but the easy way works by removing our desire to eat junk food and to really think about what we eat. Is it fueling our body? And if we can think of it as before you eat something, think, is this going to fuel my body or is it just going to fuel my fat? That's what I've been telling myself anyway, ever since I started reading this book. If what I'm eating, is it going to fuel my body or is it just going to fuel my fat? And that has been really helpful for me. And it's been extra helpful for Jeff too. I can tell you, we are traveling right now in our Embassy RV that we've named Grace. And while we've been traveling in Grace in the past, my husband has had to eat junk food every single time that we have a chance to stop at a gas station or at a Walmart. He would always be picking up snacks, and he would eat snacks the entire way while driving because he would say, oh, it keeps me awake and keeps them from being bored on long trips, to munch. I remember years ago, I was on Weight Watchers and it drove me crazy to be with Jeff because he was like Mr. Crunch and Munch on a long trip. And I have always been on a seafood diet. If I see food, I want to eat it. And so sitting next to Mr. Crunch and Munch while I was trying to do Weight Watchers and eat very low calorie was extremely hard. I remember one time to make it better, I had him buy Fig Newtons because I hate Fig Newtons, and he likes anything if it's the cookie. And he ate a whole bag of Fig Newtons on that trip, and that was the only time that I wasn't hungry watching Jeff eat on a long car ride. But by the time we got to the end of the place, the Fig Newtons actually gave him a stomach ache. He had so much gas from all the figs in it. But I don't know. That might be something that I could do in my own rewiring. If I look at cookies, just imagine that they taste like Fig Newtons because I hate Fig Newtons. But anyway, in the book today, he talks about food being an addiction, and that addiction creates desire. And one of the things I highlighted on page 69 is, remember, addicts seek comfort in the very thing that's causing them misery. And it sets us in a trap of a vicious circle. And that we can break this trap by opening our mind and unravel the brainwashing. And think about the joy that you can get when you're eating things that are healthy, and how your body really craves food that is good for you. That's what I've been trying to do. We packed in our RV a lot of healthy food. I made homemade chili. I've made homemade pinto beans with potatoes, onions, and bacon. But oh my gosh, so delicious, and high in fiber and high in protein. We've been eating that. We've been eating fresh cut up apples, and what else have we been eating that's been extra good, Jeff?
I'm busy.
Jeff's trying to learn a new Garmin thing. We're going to be traveling to Colorado in a few minutes and going through the mountains. And he got some new Garmin device that will help us if we have an emergency situation and don't have cell. That's actually why I'm talking to you today from in a parking lot page, is because I still have a little bit of satellite and cell service here and soon we'll be leaving cell service. And Jeff has a Garmin, some new Garmin messenger in reach that can help for emergencies. So hopefully we won't have an emergency. I think that they call it Murphy's Law, that if you are totally prepared for an emergency won't happen. So
okay by me.
Yeah, that's okay by Jeff. So he's trying to study that while we talk about the book. If anyone has any questions for me, please type it in the comments and I will share your questions, or any thoughts that you've had about chapter 4 of Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Emotional Eating. But his promise is, if you read through the entire book, by the time you're done, you will not want to emotionally eat anymore. That it'll help you to retrain your brain to think about food as something that is nourishing, and make you want to eat foods that will nourish your body versus eating junk food. And I will say, when we have been doing our pit stops, Jeff has not ordered any or hasn't eaten any candy bars. If I even look and glance at the candy aisle, he'd say, "Oh, we don't want to eat that. It'll make us feel crappy on the road. We want to eat things that are healthy, that are going to be nourishing to us." And you know what? It's been great. We've been eating very, very well for the past week. We spent some time at the Grand Canyon, and we've been having a lot of fun in Page, and eating healthy food and going on hikes. And I do feel better. I have more energy right now because I'm not getting the big peaks from sugar and then the big drops, and then needing to eat something again with the sugar, because it's usually when I travel with Jeff and he is eating a bunch of snacks and I'm eating some snacks with him, it does jack you up where you feel pretty good for a little bit and then boom, drops you. And I'm not having any of those issues. And I'm not feeling nauseous when we're going on long car rides, which sometimes I do too when snacking on the road. So I'm really excited that Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Emotional Eating so far is helping. Does anybody have any questions or any thoughts about Alan Carr's book? I'm looking to see if I see that there's some people that are watching at the moment. If you want to even say hi and give a hi, let me know. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going live at my normal time when I take my Mounjaro shot and Mounjaro Mondays. I'll probably be somewhere in Colorado. I'm hoping I'll have cell service. If I don't, I'll go live on a different day and give you an update. I've been on Mounjaro for 42 weeks now and have lost a significant amount of weight. And my type 2 diabetes is doing tons better. My blood sugar is finally under control, and my A1C right now is a 5.6. So I'm super excited about that. But even when taking Mounjaro or Zepbound, it's not a magic cure. It's not a magic wand. You still need to have good habits and put good habits in place, and that helps a bunch. And that's why I'm doing this. Alan's Carr Easy Way to Quit Emotional Eating book, and this book club with you all. And if anyone has not read the first 3 chapters or have seen the videos, and this is your first video, there is a playlist where we've gone over the first 3 chapters. And most of what I'm catching from this truly is to really think before you eat and think about what your body is truly craving. It's truly craving nutrition. And if we can eat more nutritious things, we'll do so much better. So that's what we're doing here. And we're going to be getting ready to go on the road in a couple of minutes. Oh, good. I got somebody here. Yay. Marianne says, hi, just found you. I started Mounjaro to get the A1C down. Oh my gosh, Marianne, you are going to love it. That is one of the best things about Mounjaro is it really does lower your A1C. And I've had type 2 diabetes for over 4 years now. When I first got diagnosed, my A1C was 10.2, which they call the suicide range because you can start losing organs that way and nerve damage and all kinds of horrible stuff. You have to bring it down. And my A1C now is 5.6. I've been on Mounjaro for 42 weeks. And so far I've lost, I haven't weighed myself in a week, and I have been hiking in the Grand Canyon and stuff. And I feel like I've probably lost at least a pound this week, but I won't know until I get back home. But in the first 41 weeks, I'm down 35 pounds. I would have been down a little bit more, but I had a hysterectomy in May and I couldn't exercise for 8 weeks. And then once I started exercising again, my weight started coming off again. But I've been averaging usually about a pound a week. I'm one of the slow responders, but there are some people, Marianne, and you might end up being one. There are some people that are super responders and their weight just melts off where they're losing 2 to 3 or more pounds a week sometimes. I have, when you check out my videos, also look at my Mounjaro. I have a whole Mounjaro playlist, and I have done a video every week for over 40 weeks now. And a couple of weeks ago, I interviewed a lady who's been on Mounjaro for 2.5 years, and she's lost 255 pounds. She went from 400 and something to, I think she's like 150 or 155 pounds now. And so now she's working on maintenance, and her story is really amazing. And I'm just so blessed that I got to interview Barb. And Barb also has a brand new YouTube channel, and she calls herself Health at Any Cost. And she has 4 videos up right now, and she's just a doll, super, super sweet. So anyway, I do lives on Mondays, and I do questions and answers. So if you have any questions about Mounjaro, about menopause, type 2 diabetes, or husbands who have recently retired and I have advice for that too. And I got somebody else on here today. Yay! Sandra's in the house. Sandra says, I'm late, but I just popped on. Hey, Sandra, did you get a chance to read chapter 4 or have any thoughts about emotional eating? Yay! And I got Barb in the house. Barb, I was just talking about you and telling people about your new YouTube channel, Health at Any Cost, and how you have at least 4 videos up the last time I checked. And Barb says, okay, if you're going to call me out, I might as well say hi. Well, good to have you here, Barb. Yes, I'm hoping to grow your channel because people really need to get to know you. You are so fabulous. And let's see. I think. Oh, good. Sandra said I did read the chapter. What did you think, Sandra? I mean, it was to me. It was a little harsh reading the pages of the page that went through all the things that happen to you if you have heroin addiction and how a sugar addiction is so similar. And I read it. Well, oh my gosh, so much about it. Like even that a lot of us emotional eaters, that part of it we can do good for a while and we can restrict our calories or restrict eating junk food or whatever for a while. But while we're restricting it, we're thinking about, oh, I'm so bummed. Those people get to eat whatever candy bars or whatever, and I feel deprived because I'm not having it. And but you have that willpower, and you're going through the deprivation, but you're feeling deprived, and then finally you just break and you can't stand it anymore, and then you start eating the junk again, and then you feel bad because you ate the junk because it makes your body feel bad too, and the mental abuse of food addiction and junk food addiction. And supposedly, I mean, I have not read ahead. I just finished chapter 4 this morning. So I'm hoping that by the end of this book, it'll truly change how I think and feel about food. But it has helped me some. And I have been thinking before I eat, is this going to fuel my body or fuel my fat? And that has been helping me some. Let's see. Let's see. We got Karen in the house too. Yay. Let's see. How do I get this? Trying to click. Oh, Jeff, my phone's not clicking. Oh, wait. Did it get on? Nope. I think I hit it and I didn't mean to hit it, to hide it. Shoot. Sandra Green says, more people die from diabetes than heroin, yet we don't see sugar as bad. Yeah, that was a really good quote from the book too, Sandra. And I'm trying to shoot my phone. Well, let me at least get Health at Any Cost up here. My phone's acting funny, but I did click. Now I need to read what Barb has to say because that one finally went up. But I think a couple of them I hit to put on the screen and it made them disappear. But Barb says, Marianne, it can take time, but there is no hurry. Just ride with the medication and slowly things shift, almost without seeing it. For me, it happened fast, but not for everyone. Yeah, Barb is a super responder, and I am one of the turtles. I'm working at it hard, but it's not been easy for me. And I don't think it'll. Oh, wait, you're right, Jeff.
I'm right.
Yes. The scrolling worked. Oh, wait, that one I did. Okay, here we go. And Barb, Health at Any Cost. She started at 405 pounds and now, oh my gosh, you're down to 145 pounds. Wow, Barb, that is so awesome. Congratulations. And are you still at Epcot? She was doing a special thing with her family where she was going to be able to walk all around Epcot without needing a wheelchair or one of those scooters. And I've just been so happy for her. You're doing so amazing, Barb. And Marianne says, yay, it worked. Thank you. It's going slow, but I'm not on a routine yet. Yeah, it gets better as you go. It has been for me anyway. And Mounjaro does help, especially us emotional eaters, because the hormone in it helps with some of the brain noise. The where you're constantly thinking about food. It quiets your mind some, which really helps and keeps you from feeling like you're constantly starving, and it really helps with that too. It's been a game changer for me, even though I'm a slow loser. Uh, And Karen says, hi, Gina and Jeff. Hope you're enjoying your travels. I have the book, but I haven't read chapter 4 yet, but I'm here to support. Great. And I'll try to go live again next Sunday, too. We're still going to be traveling. We're planning on taking a very long trip. My son's taking care of our house, so I really appreciate Jacob doing that for us. So that way we can take off, and he's getting our mail and taking care of our plants and enjoying time in our house, because we've lived in the same home his entire life. So he's having fun reliving being a kid again while he's taking care of our home at the moment. And so I'll be talking to you from the road next week as well. I won't be back home yet. Yeah, and then Sandra, with the more people die from diabetes and heroin, but we don't see sugar as bad. I know, isn't that crazy? Oh, good. And then Barb says, Epcot was last Sunday. My daughter and granddaughter are editing the 24 videos we took. Awesome. Sorry it's taking so long to get up on YouTube. No worries. No worries, Barb. And I am looking forward to getting caught up. I haven't watched all 4 of your videos yet, but I have subscribed and I plan to watch them while on the road. You're going to be my entertainment while Jeff and I are cruising around. So looking forward to watching those, especially the Epcot ones. Okay. Sandra, do you have any other thoughts from chapter 4? Let's see, down to 3. Or anyone else with chapter 4 on emotional eating? Did anything else touch your heart or give you an idea of something different you want to do this week? I know for us, it's just been great. We're saving money too, because Jeff normally would be eating snacks the entire ride, in the vehicle. And now he's not. We're eating a healthy breakfast, a healthy lunch, and a healthy dinner, and we're feeling good about it. Though I will say, I'm still having ice cream. I feel there is some nutrition in ice cream. There's calcium in ice cream. There's milk in ice cream, and I'm still having ice cream. I'm not giving up my ice cream yet. But when having ice cream, we don't have ice cream in our van in the freezer. If I have it, we're having it out. And so it's just one serving and done. But I'm not giving up ice cream yet. I don't know. We'll see if there's a chapter in this book that'll make me give up ice cream. But so far, that's not happening. But it has helped me with eating healthier, and I look forward to seeing how that goes. And look, wait, do I have some more? See if we have any more comments here to share. Nope. I think that is the end of the comments. And let me see if there was anything else that I highlighted in the chapter. Just how important it is eating for health and pleasure. I thought that was huge. I put an orange star next to that. And it says, and people with addictions like emotional eating are notorious for stopping and starting again. And that is so me. And let's see, anything else exciting from this chapter? And Alan Carr seems to think that he's going to help us not only get out of the trap of emotional eating, but to ensure we never fall into it again. I think that's pretty hopeful, and we shall see. And when it comes to the food you eat, you have been brainwashed with similar false impressions that have created the illusion that you get some sort of pleasure or comfort from it. Therefore, you believe that going without it will mean deprivation and misery. Um, but they think that you can escape that and not feel deprived. Instead, feel thankful that there are delicious, healthy things that will make you feel good. And and then I also, okay, I think I did read that one. Oh, the product profile. Um, and it also says easy way does not require the power of reason to outweigh temptation. It removes temptation altogether. Well, that is a pretty big statement. I'll let you know if that works for me. I'm hoping that it'll do the trick for me because that would be really amazing. And then he also had that I found interesting under the comparison of emotional eating to drug addiction is to remember that that emotional eating has side effects. And those side effects include gum rot, sluggishness, depression, diabetes, stress, anxiety, mood swings, loss of self-esteem, shame, guilt, isolation. Whew, and they even put sometimes suicide. Wow, that was pretty deep and dark. And I've never felt suicidal from the food that I've eaten, but I have felt the sluggishness and depressed when I gain weight, when I'm doing so good, and then I fall off the wagon. And I do have type 2 diabetes. So anyway, I'm looking forward to breaking this. And then I starred this last little piece right here on page 71 on the last page. By the time he says, by the time you finish this book, your frame of mind will be complete, such that whenever you think about using junk food or any food for emotional support, instead of feeling deprived because you can no longer do so, you will feel overjoyed because you no longer have to. Wow. Pretty awesome. Well, next week, next Sunday, I'll be back again, 1:00 Arizona time, which is Pacific time, 3:00 Central, 4:00 Eastern, and 9 p.m. for my UK friends. And and chapter 5 is the trap. And we're going to be discussing that next week. And tomorrow, I got a couple more. Oh, good. Wait, got a couple more comments here. Sandra Green says, I processed a lot of tomatoes this weekend. The fresh salsa and pasta sauce were so good with no added sugar. That's awesome, Sandra. And those are delicious. Salsa, that fuels your body, and so does pasta sauce. Absolutely. And that is so cool that you made your sauce and you didn't have to add any added sugar in it. It was just beautiful and delicious the way it was. Wonderful. Oh, and I've been eating a lot of my roasted pear butternut squash soup. I made a ton of it and froze it and then put it in the refrigerator and the freezer in the RV. And we've been eating a little bit of that every day too. And it's been so delicious. It makes my taste bud dance. And I know that every ingredient in the roasted pear butternut squash soup fuels my body. And if you want to see that recipe, I did do a video. The last batch that I made, I went live with that, so you can check that video out too. And Sandra says, my kids love it too. The freezer is full with lots of good stuff. Yeah, like your homemade salsa and pasta sauce. That would be wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. And Karen says, sounds delicious, Sandra. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to have to start taking off here and heading over to Colorado. I did a live this morning from, where were we this morning, Jeff? Nope, wasn't Lake Mead. Lake Powell, right? Lake Powell, from Lake Powell, and we'll be doing some more lives along our trip. We couldn't do any lives in the Grand Canyon because if you do any videos in the Grand Canyon and put them on YouTube, you have to pay. I don't know, you have to get some kind of special permit for that, and it's kind of, yeah. And I don't have one of those. So we didn't do any lives from the Grand Canyon, but we'll be doing some more lives on the road and taking you on this journey with us. And when I did a week with my girlfriends, I did a girls' vacay without gaining. And I was trying really hard just not to gain weight on my trip to my 40th high school reunion. And I only gained a half a pound, so I call that a win. But this trip with Jeff, I actually would like to lose weight and not just maintain. And I definitely don't want to gain. But I'm so excited for the first time in my life that I went on an 8-day trip with my girlfriends and I only gained half a pound. To me, that is a huge success because I usually gain at least 5 pounds on a 1-week vacation. And Jeff and I are going to be gone for quite a bit. And so I don't want to just maintain the whole time. I definitely don't want to gain. But I would like to lose at least a little bit with all the hiking we're doing. And I will let you know when I'm finally home and I step on the scale. And I'll still be doing the Mounjaro Monday lives on Mondays if I can get good cell service. And Sandra says, thanks, Karen. It is. Oh, yep, because her food does sound so delicious. Well, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow on my Mounjaro Monday Live. I have my Mounjaro pens with me. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.